All right, Libra, let's see what we have for you. I think I'm feeling lucky. Somebody's got some weird energy around them, or could be dealing with somebody who is super jealous, super insecure. And I know that will drive you crazy. Lots of people think that Libras are insecure and jealous and all that, but I think that's only when you're triggered. Okay. I don't know if something is triggering you, but we're going to figure this out real quick. I think we're going to start off. Oh, I almost went for the curiosity first, but yep, we're going to. All right, so let's see. What are the opening statements? Uh-oh, is something legal going on? Do I have to Mirandize anybody? Is anybody in trouble? I think that there could be a crime coming or somebody has been involved in a crime. A crime is being uncovered. So while I'm doing this, why don't we just, we might as well, right? I think something's on its way. The horse is on its way. This is good. Okay, because, party scene. Party scene. Does this involve any kind of drugs or illicit substances or the trafficking of any of these things? And this could be the case. All right, for party scene, we've got this vibe is social, the setting is electric, and everyone's playing a role. Are we wearing masks? Some are here to connect, some are just here to grab the spotlight. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, the spotlight isn't everything that it's cracked up to be, okay? Sometimes people are going to make up things just to see if they can get into that spotlight. So let me shuffle the curiosity a little bit more and let us Mirandize those in question or those about to be questioned. And please note that all suspects charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. Somebody's in trouble. If you choose to answer any questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. You can't stop me, though, because we're going to talk about this. We're going to dive right in. Let's get a couple more. What? Was it just a couple more? Did somebody get into a vehicle and unfortunately drive while under the influence of some intoxicant? All right, we've got the... Oh, no, Libra. We've got the gold digger. All right, so for the gold digger, this connection comes with a price tag. It's calculated, strategic, and dripping in dollar signs. So sometimes it is about the money, isn't it? Somebody's got to shave their sweater. Somebody's got a sweater shaver. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm obviously being serious here. And we also have the live and learn card. Somebody needs to get more Zen. Somebody needs to get more yoga. Okay, mistakes were made, but what matters is what's being done differently now. What I tell you, I think we're going to stop right there with the curiosity and we're going to go directly. Oh boy. Do we go to the hints? Yes, we go to the hints. Let's get some hints. I'm, really feeling like this is going to result in some kind of exposure. Now, not everybody's going to be dealing with this. I almost said high level. Somebody's high level. There's something that has to do with high level. There could be an asset that's extremely expensive or the results of some seizure of assets is going to result in some losses. There could be a forfeiture of assets. There could be some assets that need to be divided. Somebody could be getting divorced. If this isn't, oh, they didn't want you when they thought you were a nobody. Wasn't I talking about the spotlight? Somebody might have thought that you were going to be the spotlight or that they were going to hitch themselves to your star. All right. This is just so dumb. And somebody's revving up an engine outside my window. And so somebody could be revving up to take charge. Somebody's taking charge. Somebody's in charge. Somebody's going to be charged. What is this? Holy Spirit, holy angels? We're surrounded by the great protective light, that of the Most High. And if you stay in the light, you're going to be all right. Don't get involved in anything nefarious and cast away those people. who are nefarious. Is somebody a castaway? Somebody's a castaway. Somebody has been cast out, castaway. There's an island involved. Doesn't have to be that island, if you know what I'm talking about. Ugh, that case just makes me sick. Because there's some people that say that that individual isn't dead. Now, there could be the issue with somebody having played dead. Somebody was playing dead, playing possum, playing dead. Somebody could have faked their own death. This could be an insurance claim. This could be somebody. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? All right. Take the parts of this message that resonate for you. The rest of it, leave it for entertainment or just, gawk and stalk. Somebody has a stalker, and because of a stalker, even though that's not grammatically correct, because of a gold digger, someone has to live and learn. Little pun there. So there's a pun involved. This isn't funny. All right, let's see what's going on. If you're interested in a personal tarot reading from me, you can reach me at ritayanez.com, or you can also order a pre-recorded video reading if you like. You can also schedule a coaching session. 1212 could be of significance to somebody. It could be 12 years. Could be two people doing 12. All right, we're going to put that here next to living and learning. If you would like an astrology reading, if you'd like me to interpret the stars for you, interpret the stars. Somebody's a star. Somebody thought somebody was a star. Somebody hitched their wagon to the wrong star. Somebody has a tramp stamp. Again, remember, I don't have tattoos, so I'm just going to go with the way that we called it at the different stages in my life when I was exposed to this. I really wasn't exposed to this. I really didn't know anybody who had one, and you wouldn't believe who was the first person that I found out actually had one of those, and it was a relative. I don't want to say much more on that. That relative happens to be a Libra. And yes, we do call it a tramp stamp where I come from, but no hate, no shade. Just because you have a tattoo in that area doesn't mean that you were affiliated with any biker gangs. Biker gangs could be significant. Harley Davidson could be significant. Reno, Nevada, Harley Davidson. Chester's, Reno, Nevada, Harley Davidson could be significant. Oh, look at that. Someone put you in a competition you didn't know you were in. Lord. All right. And someone's on house arrest. Let me think about this for a moment. First, middle, or last initial could be A. This could be a he. He could be a he, she. There could be he, she involved. No shade. Do whatever you like. Just, I'm pretty conservative, so I don't want any of this around me. I just kind of, I let the world do what it does. What else? Any other hints here? What about Gold Digger, Holy Spirit? Oh Lord, I can't even. This is, of course, take it with a grain of salt if this is not your reading. Of course, as we move into the tarot card portion, we're going to get hopefully more of a normal situation. Normal could be significant to somebody. California normal could be significant. Somebody could be a ganja smoker. Okay, we've got prostitution. We're going to put this over here under Gold Digger because that's where I was going with that. Let's take this one since it decided to chomp over. Something is private. Somebody wanted it to remain private. It's not private now, honey. Although there's going to be plenty of privacy if you're on house arrest or somebody you know is on house arrest. This doesn't have to be your reading. It could be somebody that you know of. But obviously enough in your energy or enough in your... I was going to say circle of friends, circle of life. Okay, so circle of friends. This could be a circle of friends. This could have something to do with some friends. Let's take this one that flipped over. Well, somebody's a dumb. I'm going to put that there with prostitution for obvious reasons. Oh, gosh. And the one that flipped over, bank fraud. Somebody could be involved in this level of criminality. Okay, so we've got financial crimes here with bank fraud. I'm going to put that under he for some reason. The initial A, first, middle, or last could be significant. Bank fraud. He did the bank fraud. A is involved. He did the bank fraud. He could be involved with A, the initial A. Right on the top, things coming to light. We're going to put that over here with live and learn. Had a feeling. I just had a feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. Oh, yeah. Bring back that love and feeling. How about that's a no? Okay. Oh my gosh, the things that people do. The things we do for love. Okay, so people are doing things for love that would match up there with because gold digger prostitution and dumb. Okay, I've said that word enough today. All right. Their family knows a judge. Well, that could be dangerous for the judge. That could be dangerous for the judge. Somebody's family knows a judge. Now, it doesn't have to be a judge. This could be somebody in a high level political office. This could be a high level politician, or it could be a person in the legal system. This could be, somebody in the military. Think like that is a dumb. I don't know. I'm going to put that over here under bank fraud because, if you've committed this crime or know somebody who's involved in this crime, and they know somebody well. Let's see. Now, I'm going to take this one just because it stuck out to me. Somebody sticks out, something sticking out like a sore thumb. You don't know how strong you are till a dumb bitch tries you, okay? Hopefully no dumb bitch is trying you. But somebody could be, there could be a prosecutor that's a female. There could be a feminine prosecutor. Too many, Spirit. What turned over? Well, Jesus is about to do his big one. Okay, so there's the sense of karmic justice here, if not legal 3D justice here. Somebody with the initial A, first, middle, or last, could need Jesus. Stop fighting it. They need to stop fighting this. If you did the crime, you're going to do the time. And look at right on top of that. Friends in high places. We're going to put that over here with their family knows a judge. And Pluto, right beneath that. Pluto, karma, cycles, long cycles, a long time coming. Well, University of Idaho could be significant. University could be significant, or Idaho is significant to you, or somebody in university, or somebody went to university in Idaho. It doesn't have to be U of I, but it could be. As I channel, if I start to speak too quickly for you, can click the gear icon and you can slow me down. Slow down, baby. Not your lady. Somebody's not somebody's lady. Somebody, I don't know. There are vehicle issues, so there could be a vehicle involved. That would be grand theft. If there's something going on that's kind of fishy here with vehicle issues, somebody has a prosecutor on this. I've also been talking about the justice system, the legal system, so that could involve attorney. So there could be an attorney involved, and there could be wait, I got to say it, wannabe kitchen witch. There could be a wannabe kitchen witch doing and look at right underneath witch. Warlock. Okay, this could be a couple. There could be some kind of a couple that's involved in something that could be as big as bank fraud, which could be a financial crime. And it could also be as significant as grand theft auto, something having to do with an auto. Maybe somebody wants to get away, can't get away. Anything else, Spirit, so that we could move on? Well, this isn't supposed to be in here, but we're going to read it. They thought the memory of you would fade. Now, if this is somebody that's been in your life, I want you to feel free to forget them, because people like this are only going to bring you trouble. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one, so you got to make sure that you have nothing to do with people like this. I saw University of Idaho again. Look, there it is. Okay, so definitely University or University of Idaho or Idaho is of significance, but think West. Somebody's name could be West. All right, let's see. Anything else? If it doesn't make itself... Well, look at, mail fraud just kind of jumped in there before I could say anything, but this card means something in particular to me, right? We've got $10,000 and $100,000, and I don't think that this is about a bond. This could be if you have to sue somebody eventually, when this comes to light, when this is tracked down, when this is traced, when you get to that point, you could be looking at anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000 in damages, to, let's say somebody sold your vehicle and you can't recover the vehicle, or the vehicle is now screwed, something has gone wrong, you'll be able to recover on that. There's fraud here. And almost. Let's give it a couple more times. I saw that again. Now, this isn't what I saw that I was thinking I was going to see again, because I was referring to that financial recovery card, which for me indicates financial recovery. Okay. Yes, you're being followed. Now, either you could have some kind of a stalker. or the law is following you. All right. So, because this is kind of sickening, somebody could feel sick. This is sickening to me. All right, let's get these out of the way and let's jump into, I think, Libra. I really don't want to go into the cosmic tarot, but if you've got something like this anywhere near you, we've got to sniff this out. Something smells bad. Something is bad. Something just is, maybe it was fishy from the very beginning, right? Party scene, gold digger, live and learn. You know, somebody could have been in a relationship with you, Libra, and they went toward in a gold digger, you know, which is really what it comes down to, because they didn't love you anyway. What they loved was what you could give them, or what you meant in terms of like hitching a wagon, their wagon to a star wagon, paddy wagon, or, you know, a wagon as in, well, Volkswagen could be significant, or it could just be, you know, wagon like a vehicle. Okay. Like a hoopty. It doesn't really matter, but that's what we're talking about. I think we're going to go into the romance angel so that we could see if we can get this thing back on truck. Somebody drives a truck. Somebody's on track with a truck. Somebody drives a truck. There's a truck involved, or somebody owns a truck, and it would be significant. Okay. Not just because I'm saying somebody owns a truck. Well, you know, tons of people own a truck. Okay. I drive your truck. All right. I'm not going to do that, but I just did, didn't I? All right. Let's see. Holy angels, Holy Spirit, let us know what is going on romantically in February as it relates to this whole situation. And hopefully we can come away from what this is. Take me away. Release me from the pain. Never mind. Somebody wants to get away and be released from this pain. They want to be taken away. They want to be taken away. Take me away. Don't take me away. Not if you're taking me to prison. Somebody really is thinking about this. Somebody was released from prison. Oh, somebody could recently be on house arrest, you know, because I don't know. I don't know how that kind of thing works. Okay. So I'm just, you know, somebody could be on house arrest as part of a probationary period, you know, like you can go home, but you are on house arrest. You can't just go anywhere you like. Some people might be forbidden from being on the internet, so it wouldn't be you because you're watching me. Unless you're on house arrest, okay? And you are not prohibited from the internet. Let's do something here. Let's do something. Let's get some timing, because I was about to give some timing as it relates to October. Could be significant for somebody. The 2000s could be significant. 1967 could be significant. And somebody may have gotten 8 years. That doesn't mean that they're going to serve 8 years. It could be that they're getting some portion of the 8 years. But whatever it was a long time coming. 1960. I don't even have to shuffle these. Long time coming, 1969. And it wasn't coming soon enough for some. Okay, maybe you were just like, damn it. When is this going to come to pass? Let's get some significant dates, you know, something to give you an idea in case you really are involved in something like this, or know somebody very close to you that's involved in something like this. I keep seeing 19 and there it goes again. Somebody could be 19. This could also be 61. I suppose somebody could be 19. They could be 61. This could be about 1961. Somebody could be 61 years old. Somebody could be 19 years old. They could get 19 years. For some people, this could be a matter of 19 years. And look at, we've got, I almost said 61, but this is 19. Let's stick with 19. 2016 could be significant for someone, and something about a Saturday. Whoops. All right. Somebody could be on probation for 5 months, or the total could be 5 months, or could be another period or something related to somebody who is 23 or 32. Anything else, Holy Spirit? I really want to get right out of this energy. Man, I don't commit crimes. I don't want these crimes. Keep the crimes away from people like me. We don't want it. Nobody wants it. You don't want it, Libra? Get away from it. Protect yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anyone else. And if somebody has damaged you to the point where they're going to take a fall and they want you to take the fall, or you are the fall guy or gal, run like hell and get an attorney. Get 16 attorneys. 16 candles could be significant at birthday. I cannot. 1961 is definitely significant to somebody out there. Now, that would make you old as hell, okay? Or them old as hell. We got fall again. This is crazy. I'm like, okay, we need to do something here for my own peace of mind. 1931 could be significant. 31 years old could be significant. Again, with the 19, you know how that goes. 91 could be significant. I just really am feeling like this is just too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Somebody's feeling cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I remember what Cocoa Puffs tastes like. Somebody could be 22. 2022 could be of significance. Gosh, elementary school is significant for somebody. I'm thinking about elementary school. 2 years is significant. I saw a plumber there. Fuck me. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, people. That I cannot believe this. If 1961 isn't significant to you, I don't know what the hell is. That's all I'm going to say. What the 2031 could be significant. Somebody could be released in 2031. Again, there's the number 31. There could be 13. What the? I'm sorry. I'm just having a what the? All right. As you can see, this is a huge deck. May, the month of May is significant. Something could have happened in May. This could be May Day, and I am going to have to frickin' I cannot with the 1961. You've got to be born in 1961. I am talking to somebody who's born in 1961. 1961 is significant. I should have pulled it out of there so it wouldn't come out again. 2012 is significant. 1955 is significant. 7 months is significant. And something about the waxing gibbous moon. Okay, something about a waxing moon, something that it would have come to the full. Okay, so we also have 1930s are significant, followed by 1930. Someone or something in the 1930s or 1930s specifically, or the number 30. What the hell? Okay, I can't. I'm going to have to walk away. I can't. I can't. Tell me that you're not born in 1961 or somebody related to this cause or something about the cause. Something is the cause. Something about the cause. Somebody is the cause. Somebody's born in 1961 who is the cause. Somebody could be 61 years old. Somebody could be 19. But okay, so 1977 is significant. I'm freaked out right now because I don't get repeating. Somebody's repeating something. Somebody keeps repeating something. The fact that they're in trouble, they must have been repeating something that they should have left well enough alone. 23, again, 23 is significant. That could be 32, the 1970s. And we also have February. What? Oh, and look at right underneath February 14th. Okay, Valentine's Day is significant. I am freaked out right now if you can't already tell. Let's get the ones that flipped. Something in the winter of significance. And something about 1925. 1925, 52. Somebody could be 52. 1975. You could be born in 1975. You could be 52 years old. I am definitely talking to you. And this is... I know what I saw. I should stop right here. This is the most wicked deck. 2012. Somebody's wicked. Somebody's absolutely wicked. Didn't leave well because what the fuck? Yes, there are multiples of this deck within the same deck because that's how I'm holding them. And I've got that many in my hands, as you can tell. Something about today is significant. And 1960. Okay, we're going to stop right here because if you're not born in 1961, if you are not 61 years old, if the number 61, I don't think it's 19, even though there's 19. I guess it could be 19. If that isn't significant to you, I don't know what is. I don't know what to tell you. I guess I could go a little bit broad because this is a general message and say the 1960s are important to you. Or maybe you dress like Cher. I don't know. Maybe your name is Cher. Maybe somebody shared something, you know. Okay, so let me go into channeling because I'm already like I want to be out of this reading. Not that I don't want to do your reading. I'm trusting my vibes. You need to trust your vibes. Maybe you trust your vibes and you did get away from this situation because you're like something's crazy here. Okay. 1973 is significant. 1937 is significant. 73 or 37. A lot of ancestor feeling vibes, but I get it and I don't, and I get it and I don't. Somebody's into physics. Somebody knows what the super collider is. Somebody knows what the Large Hadron Collider is. Okay, so why would I say super collider? Okay, because nothing's popping out here. So let's keep going with the government is significant. You know, what would be the super collider? Why physics? Okay, so that would be about the fundamental building blocks of matter. The forces that govern them, the forces, somebody's in the forces, somebody could have been in the special forces, somebody could be trying to fight the forces, somebody is not one with the force, obviously. So you deserve love. You sure as hell don't deserve any of this, Libra. Okay, so whatever this is, if you're away from this, far, far, far away in a land far away, stay away from it. You deserve better than that. Everybody loves a Libra. You guys are sparkly, happy people, and you are the life of the party. Okay, so you don't need whatever this is. So just make sure that, look, if anybody's going to pull you into this, you make sure that you get yourself 16 attorneys. Again, 16. I don't know why I said that. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I don't know if you're going to enjoy this moment fully. Well, at least it's not going to be you. Hopefully, it's not you. And I doubt this is you. This is somebody around you. This has something to do with you, or this did, or could. But you're going to get 16 attorneys if you need to. If there's something that you're being prosecuted for, maybe 16 is significant to somebody. And of course, I'm talking fast because here it comes. Here she comes walking down the street. Okay, so we've got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So for those of you that are like, I don't know, I didn't know whether or not this new relationship with the guy that I met on Tinder or the girl that I met on Tinder, I don't know. Look, run. He's got a shovel. Something's not right. You can meet this person at a party. They could ask you to go to a party. They could tamper with something that has to do with you and your health. Okay, somebody could come across as very zen. They're not freaking zen at all. Not at all. This is a fake spiritualist. This is a person who would use spirituality or all the buzzwords to try to pull you in. Okay, somebody's all about the money anyway, the funny money, the drug money. Somebody's a drug trafficker. Somebody's involved in drug truck. I almost said the truck again. Watch out for a truck. I think I'm going to pull one more because this is just too weird. Please get this back on track. Somebody wants to get on track. I'm going to take the top one for the chunk that flipped over. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, work on yourself, and drop this partnership. This is making me very uncomfortable. I think we're going to leave that right there, Libra. I don't know what's going on, but I think that was a kind of crime series here. Somebody's part of a syndicate. Somebody knows about syndicates. Somebody knows about crime families. Somebody knows about drug trafficking. Somebody knows what drug trafficking is or is involved in some way with this drug trafficking, and I don't know how else to put that. Okay, I didn't get anything there. Who are these people? Before I get no. This is going to be a rabbit hole. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, and neither do you. So we are not going to go. Yeah, we'll go into the Cosmic Tarot because you're probably like, Rita's going to pull the Cosmic Tarot. I just know it. Yeah, well, you probably do, and so did I, but I don't want to. We'll do it for one or two passes. Let's see how quickly we can get through this, and then I'm going to be going for something much more lighthearted. In the very least, something with a pencil sketch on it, because this is a heavy deck and it actually does weigh. And this deck gets cleansed every day, as do the other decks that I use. They get cleansed and it's already heavy. Somebody's heavy. Somebody needs to drop a few pounds. All right. Don't take that as criticism. Take that as motivation to work on your health. Cardiac arrest is significant. There could be a heart attack. Somebody could be having palpitations. It could be an angina attack, whatever it is. If you feel that you're not well, and if this is about you in terms of your health, it doesn't have to be this crazy ass story over here for the rest of it. We'll take it. Somebody is prostrating themselves in front of somebody. Somebody's made a mistake in a love relationship. This is a 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, for the opening card. So you see that there is this man prostrate on the ground in front of some of the things that could be his trappings there while he thinks about a time that he kissed a woman. You could have dark hair. They could have dark hair. There could be something about dark hair, and there could be somebody with the ability to see. There is a seer here in this card right at the top. Okay, there's somebody who's using their third eye, the prostate man or woman. Doesn't have to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Flip and switch the roles because that's where we're at. Okay. Libra. Now, this is for the month of February. Don't think it's all doom and gloom because this could be rehashing, telling a story of something that's already happened, although the 7 of Cups in reverse. So somebody could be trying to get over somebody from the past. Somebody's having difficulty getting over from somebody. I was about to say a Celeste. Somebody here is a Catholic. Somebody is literally in some form of self-flagellation. Okay, somebody is punishing themselves. The cups have all spilled. Somebody wasn't a princess. Okay, so now we've got the 7 of Wands. Sevens are significant. 7. Now, 77 years old could be significant. We did see 1977. Somebody could be 77 years old, or there could be something about the number 7 singularly. Okay, so now as a challenge, we've got the 7 of Wands. So we've got somebody who's really trying to fight a battle, doing their best. This isn't the dandiest pose, the Cosmic Tarot. I always joke around a little bit because there's a lot of poses that I think are quite dandy, quite flamboyant. Somebody could be by, they don't have to be, unless I get some real symptoms here. And, again, this is a general reading, a general collective reading for the sign of Libra. That could be Libra rising. This could be a Libra, rising and ascendant. This could be the descendant. This could be any significant placement of Libra, including your where your stelliums could be. This could be any number of things. You could just be straight out a Libra sun. Okay, so somebody here, the challenge is that they're having difficulty fighting this loving feeling. Somebody, look, if this is a person in your past, please forget them. Let them go. Live and learn. Do you like what I do? Once you've had enough, once you've seen enough, once you've experienced enough, once you've experimented enough with the energy, get as old as I am, and you realize it's not worth studying people anymore, because people will show you who they are. And what did Maya Angelou write? Someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't wait for somebody to do it to you. I mean, he could be trying to whack you with a baseball bat for all I know. Underneath, we have the sun in reverse. If somebody's looking for an answer, the answer to the question that you have in mind is no. Okay, the sun in reverse is a no. Boy, my hand just decided. So we're going to put that in the foundation. So the reason why somebody can't shake this loving feeling is, and why they keep trying to fight this, is because the answer's been no. Somebody's been rejected. Somebody walked away. Somebody did something. Somebody rode off on a little white horse into the sunset. You could have blonde hair. They could have blonde hair. Somebody has blonde hair, or doesn't have to have blonde hair. And now here we go, regressing into the Six of Wands in the fading influence. Something about the desert. So I did say Nevada at some point here. I said Reno, Nevada. I was thinking about a particular Harley Davidson motorcycle shop and whether or not somebody rides motorcycles. This guy's kind of dandy here in this pose, but again, this art seems to go this way. Somebody could fancy themselves a little Roman emperor. All right, now for the Six of Wands and the fading influence. We've got the desert. It could be a savanna. We do have the lion. Somebody's name could be Savannah. Somebody's last name could be Lyons. Somebody's like, look at me, I am the victor, de facto. Somebody thinks that some situation is what it is because it is now de facto. So in past tense, that because it has remained this way, that it is now a situation de facto. Somebody thinks that they're the emperor in de facto. Somebody has a possession or possesses something, it's in their possession, that they think that they are the owner because it is de facto. It's in my hands and so I own it. Not true. All right, let's see, because chain of title could be significant. Owning something is significant. A property, real estate property doesn't have to be real estate. It could be anything that could be attached to a chain of title. Okay, to a title. I did say that we could have had Grand Theft Auto here. We could have a chain of title. It could be property. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody's going from bad to worse. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I do it all the time. I'm a poet. Didn't you know it? I'm also a lyricist. Okay, so we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So we've got a situation where there's a couple. This could be two people involved that could have been screwing you up or trying to screw you up or trying to pull you into something to screw up, to cover it up, or to try to make it look what it is, but it's not as good as it looks like on the outside. Boy, I'm talking fast and I know it. Got the Strength card underneath. Strength will be required to get through the situation if you haven't gotten through it already, but we are in the near future. Energy coming right up. And this is already like, I'm thinking, oh gosh. Hot potato, cold spaghetti, mashed banana. Somebody has children. Somebody has very young children. Oh, I'm getting, okay, so children out of wedlock could be significant. A DNA that just don't match, could be significant. There could be a paternity issue, a situation, because obviously it wouldn't be a maternity issue. Although somebody could have had some issues with maternity. There could be some issues with modernity. So somebody's just not, moving into the future. Somebody's stuck in the past. Okay, modernity. All right, something modern. All right, let's see, near future, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, talk to us in a way that is cohesive. Get me out of this energy. Can you tell I want to get out of this energy? I want to get away. And we've got the Princess of Wands. Okay, so news coming in. It could be about a person. She could look like this. You could look like this. She could have a hairline like this. Okay, don't have to look like this, but that is feminine energy or young energy, child energy, holding a wand energy. That could get kind of scary because we did see party scene. We've got issues with, what could be trafficking or prostitution or selling oneself for. Look, nothing is worth money. Selling yourself, disrespecting yourself, prostitution, any of those things, it's going to be a hard no. I'm telling you, nothing like that. Nothing good comes of that. Transactional love is a thing that could be happening here. Now, for the Princess of Wands, this could be relating to a message, something coming in, something that's very exciting. Maybe you get some good news. Maybe you're suing the shit out of some people. Maybe they sold your property. Maybe they sold your real property. Maybe they sold your car. Maybe they did something to you and you're going to sue the shit out of them. Okay, there could be exciting news coming in. This also could be legal action if you think about it, even though it isn't a sword. It is action that happens in the real world, excitable action, news action, bringing news to you, something on paper. Something about paper is significant. Something is on paper. Something, there's a record of something that cannot be disputed. Now, this doesn't feel like a love relationship. That's why I want to get out of this energy, because there's something wrong with this relationship. And I'm so sincerely hoping that this is a situation that's already closed for you. Closure is significant. Getting closure, not getting closure, having to create your own closure is significant. Libra, you can do this. You are justice. You are balance. Doesn't mean that you're always balanced or that you find justice, but you can create the balance by balancing yourself. I'm not getting it. It's not coming. Somebody's not getting it. It's not coming. And let me cover up her boobie. We have the World card. It is coming. Something is almost over. And on the other side, we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Somebody's been in some extreme pain and not facing the reality that the situation is over. It was over before it began. We've only just begun. Okay, so Karen Carpenter. Somebody's name could be Karen. Somebody could be Carpenter. Somebody could be a carpenter. Somebody could have an eating disorder. Go to the doctor if you don't feel well. Remember that there's help available. There's nothing wrong with getting help. It's more wrong, it's more sad when you don't love yourself enough to get some help. Eating disorders could go either way. If you don't know about Karen Carpenter, then you need to look up Karen Carpenter, because I got to move along. Somebody's got to move along. Somebody won't move along. Somebody's longing for the past, or somebody has just moved. Somebody's just moved and somebody else can't move along because now, what are they trying to find you, Libra? Look. It's easy to disappear. When celebrities are out there and you can see them, ask Clint Eastwood about this. It's because they wanted to. Something about Clint Eastwood could be significant. Something about Clint Eastwood, Sandra Locke, those names. I spoke about that in a different reading. There could be someone saying, hey, look, just because we weren't legally married doesn't mean that you can screw me over and screw me out of things. There could be a significant relationship that could involve some kind of a marriage, could involve a lavender marriage, as was Sandra Locke, married to somebody who was gay, one of her best friends. And I don't know how that worked. I don't know the woman. I've never met her. Okay, but then she had to sue Clint Eastwood twice, actually. And then somebody was trying to cock block her entire career. Somebody could be cock blocked. Somebody could be messing with somebody's social media or some platform somewhere where you could be blocked. Trust me, once somebody's messed with your social media, they come and they let you know while they watch everybody. Somebody could be shadow banning someone or attempting to shadow ban someone. What, you're trying to get everybody to shut up? Well, we're not going to shut up. Libra, tell them that you will never be shut up because you will speak your mind. Libra communicates. Libra is communication. I have a child that is a Libra. They communicate. Trust me, communication. Now, if you've got some negative aspects, that would be different. You could tell me, Rita, I'm a Libra dealing with a Libra and it's hell. I understand. But remember, somebody made their bed and just want to lie in it. Is that what it is? Somebody's lying. No, everybody's dressed here. We've got the 3 of Cups. There's been one too many in this party. And do you notice that a person who we assume is a male in the back looks slightly androgynous and has short hair and or long hair at the same time? And then we have the Princess of Swords. So with the Princess of Swords, we have the truth coming out. Falcons are significant. Flight is significant. You could be blonde. You could look like her. A symbol could be significant. A coven could be significant. No shade. As long as everybody's in the light. Work those pine cones, okay? We're all trying to, as light workers from every faith, think about every type. We're trying to advance the community. We're trying to get everybody what they need. We're trying to be as inclusive as we can. We're trying to help everybody as long as they're positive. I come from the side of the fence where if you screw things up and if you're not balanced quick enough, I'm going to help bring that balance to you by just allowing nature to take its course. Tell us, what is the current environment here? Somebody just needs to release the past. Just let that damn thing go. Whatever it is, let it go. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't want to let it go. Somebody doesn't want to let it go. Please, just look, there's so much fun that you can have in the world. If this is about a relationship, I'm telling you that there are plenty of fish in the sea. Somebody used to be on Plenty of Fish. Somebody knows what a dating site is. Somebody faked somebody's profile on a dating site. Somebody manipulated some data, some images, something, because with the Princess of Wands there, I put the Princess of Swords back. Somebody's trying to hide what they're doing. Somebody tried to hide what they're doing, and they can't hide what they're doing because the internet is forever. Okay? If somebody embarrasses you with social media or embarrasses you with some pictures or does something with the dark web or did something to you on the dark web, as soon as you find out, when it is possible, and there is that ability for you to do so, sue the shit out of everybody because, look, you'll take your little red cheeks for a moment, and then you'll take their money. If they don't have any money, you'll just attach their wages from here until the end of time, and then you'll find them. Somebody's looking for somebody. So Ace of Pentacles in reverse, something that was supposed to be, a new beginning, something that they thought was going to be profitable, something that they were hoping was going to come in. I don't even think this is about you. This is about somebody else. Now, if this is about you, then you're a cross watcher, and I almost don't want to talk to you at all. Okay, because if you're involved in any of these shenanigans, you got more to learn than I could teach you. Somebody got to learn you something. Somebody's from the West. Somebody has an accent. Somebody could just be from the Caucasus Mountains and, from the South somewhere. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles in reverse, something that got off to a promising start ended up being for naught. It was all for naught. Somebody's a thespian. Somebody reads Shakespeare. Ravens are significant. The dark horse is significant. Black birds are significant. Birds are significant. The color black is significant. Somebody wears an awful lot of black. What are you mourning? Your lost childhood? Knock that off. Oh, wear whatever you like. New York Fashion Week is significant. All right. What's the surrounding environment? The more public. Oh, okay. Well, because it flipped over, we're not taking all of them. I had here the Five of Cups in reverse. And doesn't she look like a damn witch trying to do something to somebody? It never works. It always backfires, whether on the person that is trying to do the quote unquote black magic or send out the ugly words or to do the ugly thing or to poison somebody's food. It always bounces back. It's just you never really know exactly where the boomerang is going to hit, but it's going to hit somewhere that it hurts that person. And it could hit people that are around them because those other people did not get away like they should have. So in the reverse, hiding underneath there is that Empress. Do you see that? The Empress is like, look at her side eye, like, yeah, I know. You guys suck. This is all petty. Nobody wants to let it go. And look at the Empress is moving forward. So you could identify as the Empress and you're like, all these people are freaking crazy. I'm out of here. You guys are weird. You don't know how to do life. Everything upsets you. Somebody is triggered very easily. Somebody's going to prison. Somebody could already have gone to prison, could be on house arrest or just in a probationary period, but somebody could have gone away. I don't know. I'm looking at this 5 and 54. Somebody could be 54 or they could have gone away for 5 years, 5 months, something like this. Something's really weird here. It's like the energy feels like it wants to come close to me and then it's hiding. It comes close to me and then it's hiding. It's like somebody's like, yeah, I know you know, but I don't want you to know. Oh, and now I've got this card should not be face up as you know, but I've got the Prince of Wands in reverse. Somebody's super immature. And this has that lion on it. This is that person here that won't let go. You've got a man in your life, Libra, who will not let something go. And it could just be that they don't let go something from their past, their glory days, Seven of Wands, somebody being, combative or dressed like this. We know that you're not doing any kind of mortal combat. Six of Wands, glory days as well. Somebody's just like, I want to live in my glory days and I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. So now we've got the Five of Wands in reverse, or excuse me, the Prince of Wands in reverse in the hopes and fears. And it's like, maybe you were hoping that this person would grow up. Well, they're not going to grow up. Do playboys grow up? Even when they're old as hell, they're overweight and got graying hair, they're coloring their beard, with some shit they got at Walgreens, and they're still not going to grow up. Somebody's got a beard. Somebody colors their facial hair. If you feel you need to. If you feel you need to do this, you can go right ahead. I don't know why that's so funny. I had a okay, so you know that I'm a remote viewer. I don't want to tell you what I just saw. Look, I'm hoping that this isn't your problem. This is somebody else's problem. This could be your ex and their person, or this could be a bunch of exes. Maybe a bunch of your exes were in some kind of group cult or coven. Now remember, group cult or coven doesn't have to be something that, this, don't make me go Space Force. Don't make me go Space Force. One of my sons absolutely loves my Space Force deck. Okay. What is that? Ah, La Boheme. Somebody knows what Bohemian Grove is and why. Okay. So not as innocent as you think, okay? It's not a bunch of people putting on some plays. There's more to it. Somebody's in the government. Somebody has knowledge or intelligence of the government. Okay, so we've got the Six of Swords. So somebody is literally trying to get away. And look at, doesn't this individual look like they're pointing fingers in the other direction? Like, I didn't do it, they did it. Somebody's going to try to push this off onto somebody else, because we also have the Four of Swords. Somebody could be ill and somebody could pass away. I don't make light of this. I'm just saying that there could be somebody who is not just in a state of rest. It could be a bunch of people that are putting down their swords. Okay, but the Four of Swords is always a card of rest between the battles. But, in the traditional Waite art, we know that this is also an effigy. And in the After Tarot, which maybe I'll pull from that one, in the After Tarot, there's actually a woman mourning him. And we have the Six of Cups in reverse, the past. Somebody that you are associated with, Libra, cannot let go of the past. There is someone here, doesn't have to be a Libra. You could be the Libra. It could be a Libra. It better not be you. Cannot let someone from the past go. And we're talking about somebody from a very long time ago. I mean, Six of Cups could be 6 years, could be 60 years, could be 16 years. We did get 16 a lot. Okay, in this deck, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, right in the front, 4 of the 5 cups are. So this could be 4 years old. This could be 5 years old. I mean, of course, it could be 6 years old. This could be months as well. Although, because the cups are months, I get a little bit loose with this. So something happened significantly 6 months ago. Okay, I'm going to put that here. Huh. Let's get a summary card before I blast off, take off. Somebody blasts off, take off, blast off. I want to blast off. I want to take off. Somebody knows Cocoa Beach. Okay, I know Cocoa Beach. Look at that, right on the Princess of Wands. That Princess of Wands could be somebody who's younger than you, younger than them, and that is their Nine of Cups. Somebody cannot let another person go. Someone cannot let another person go because it's in the challenge position and it's here in the near future. Near future is harder to stop than, the final outcome here. It's the final countdown. Okay, so something's going on here. Somebody's not letting, maybe these people look like this. Maybe you look like this. Maybe they look like this. I don't know. Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? All right, so somebody's in trouble. It's like Romeo and Juliet weren't supposed to be together. I mean, were they? Weren't they? Oh, okay, we're going to take those two. And did you hear how hard those came down? I've got an AI mic, so I don't know if you actually heard that. Okay, we're going to cover up the booby again because there is the World card once again. Once again. This cycle is over. Somebody could be born in the year of the ox. This cycle is over. Somebody could be born in the year of the tiger. I almost said liger. Somebody knows what a liger. This is over. And if it isn't over because somebody's resisting this, now it is in the upright. But if somebody's resisting this, you're going to have to understand that there is now, every time I've been telling you lately, somebody could look like this. Somebody could be Egyptian. Somebody could be Asian. Somebody could be Filipino. There's something here that's decidedly Asian about this character. Now, it just could be that somebody looks like this. You could be Mexican and look like this, right? Somebody's got facial hair. What I tell you, somebody's dyeing the facial hair. Somebody definitely looks like this. Don't tell me that this person is also wearing eye makeup now. You do whatever you want. But this is weird. The older I get, the more suspect I find the Magician. All right, let's pull one more there for the Magician and the World card. Somebody just won't stop looking, won't stop. Somebody's actually trying to astral project. And trust me, if somebody tries to astral project on you and you are high enough vibration, they cannot get there. Or if they do get there, it's because the universe allowed them to be able to get so far, so you could tell them to fuck off. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. You're going to have to tell somebody, get the hell away from me. And you have been allowed to come into my space one time too many so that I could tell you one more time, get away. Somebody's a liar. The Magician is a trickster. The older I get, the less I like the Magician for a lot of reasons, not just when it's in the reverse, because most of the time we see people trying to play magician in the 3D world and trying to, like, I'm going to get a book on how to do magic. Alrighty then. I'm not saying that you couldn't. I mean, lots of people study lots of things. This is ridiculous. Okay. And what I tell you, somebody's getting a divorce, somebody's breaking up because we have the Hierophant. What I tell you, it's in the reverse. Somebody's going to, if these are your exes, if this has something to do with your exes, this is about a divorce, some high level commitment, some legal commitment, because remember, it is the Hierophant. And we, not only did we see the Princess of Wands, but now she emerges as the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess. And somebody wants to apologize to her. So that's what's pissing you off. Somebody could look like Elizabeth Taylor. Somebody's name could be Liz. Look at this. This man, I'm getting Arabian Nights. I'm getting somebody who wants to come in and make an apology, and this is pissing you off, or it's pissing somebody off, or you're the one that they're going to try to apologize to, and it's going to piss somebody else off. But it looks like all of this energy is focused on this one woman. All right, let's scoop this up and move along. We're going to do the after tarot because I said we would. And then we're going to get some names because we've already got hints. We've got a whole case against these people. I said these people. I said these people. 77 is significant. 212 is significant. All right. 212 is significant. 212 is significant. What am I getting? Super collider. Large Hadron Collider. If somebody knows about physics, I'm telling you right now that somebody knows about matter and forces and maybe G forces. Somebody was in the forces. Somebody's initial first name or last could be G. Somebody uses a flight simulator. Somebody has access to a flight simulator or was on a flight. And I don't mean look, most people have been on a flight. Most of the time they'll be able to, Somebody has access to a flight simulator, a simulated flight in some way. I don't know. Did somebody get pulled along in one of those gay little, I'm not saying that that's gay, okay? Forget that I said that. To me, gay is happy, all right? When somebody pulled along one of those little happy things where really not actually flying, somebody is dragging you. Somebody has access to a flight simulator. Somebody either okay. So this takes me way back to one of the first flight simulators that I had. So then you would remember Microsoft Flight Simulator, and okay, so that could be significant to somebody. I'm not a good pilot. I'm never going to be a pilot. I wanted to be an astronaut somewhere in my rich fantasy life, like all children might. Okay. Somebody offers to blow me up into outer space, or Elon Musk says, I know I'm weird, but I'm going to let you go. I'm going to be like, okay, dude, I'm signing on. My kids are grown. Let me get an insurance policy. We have the moon under the jacket. That could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, definitely a water sign involved. Okay, something that is hidden is coming to light. We are in the waning stages now of the full moon in Leo. Leo could be significant. We did see a whole lot of lions. Okay, somebody's lying to you. You could just be like, dude, you just lie all the time. Or like, listen, wench, you lie all the time and you're just a liar. But we could have a pair of pliers. Like a Filipino, we could have a pair of pliers. Both of them are lying. Both people, it's like I got people here that deserve each other. Okay, so let's go to the after tarot and see what comes up, because this is almost comical at this stage. Although it's not funny when people go into prison, but you ask for it, you got it, Toyota. Okay, so let's see. That made me jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, somebody likes to dance. All she wanted to do was dance. Something is over, though, and somebody is left heartbroken. Okay, somebody is like, I want to heal, but I can't. Well, I'm sorry. That's what therapy is for. I'm not trying to be callous or crude. It's just that this could be an old situation where judgment has already been passed. Somebody's like, but I can't go yet. My name's not written on the pearly gates. Or the pearly gate. Oh, something written on the gates. The gates are significant. CERN is significant then. Ooh, Callie the Destroyer. Somebody's name could be Callie. Somebody could think that they're so built, if you know what I mean, that they are the wrecker and the destroyer. No, thank you. Some of us want to remain healthier. Somebody could really identify with knowing what it's like when somebody is like, never mind. We have, it's going to say built for speed. We've got the King of Swords upright. So there could be an attorney involved in a situation. And it could also mean, if we can get out of this energy, that somebody has an air sign. Let's see, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming toward them. Birds of flight are significant. Again, flying is significant. You could be getting on an airplane soon. Somebody comes on an airplane to come see you. Coming soon. Somebody's involved in the entertainment industry. Keep your clothes on, people. No money is worth taking your clothes off, okay? That's personal and private, and if somebody does something weird to you, sue them. I mean, why this is all about lawsuits. And we have the king here. We've got the strength in reverse, so there is a king of swords, or you could be the king of swords. And, I am going to stick with the gender because we've got plenty of cards to take us either one way or the other, and I'm sorry, there's only 2 genders in this deck, right? So we've got the strength card in reverse. Basically, you're supposed to read, the challenge card in the way that I'm taught, upright. But I look at it both ways. Somebody's trying to look at it both ways. The King of Swords is looking at things both ways. You could be involved with a mediator. You could be the mediator. Don't get involved in other people's bullshit in their families. That causes drama. Somebody likes the drama, though. Somebody's dramatic. Somebody thinks that relationships are more fun when there's all this drama. No, honey, just when you want attention, okay? That's what it is. There's somebody here that wants too much attention. Now, the person, hopefully we can get to the point where we can see who's coming in for you. Now we've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. Again, this is a situation where a person has had to make a decision because they have been deluding themselves. You, if we look at this from your perspective, have stopped deluding yourself. You've had to make a selection. Maybe there's natural selection. Survival of the fittest could be involved. If you're intelligent, you may go far. All right. If you don't feel that you're intelligent, you may need to read a book, but there's always information. We've got the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, so we've got the sun card here, but there's a push-pull on this after tarot. Just like as you can see here that the person who's needed to free themselves from too many choices is being choked by the choice that they've already made. There could be a man, you could be this man, or it could be, the person in question. We over here, we've got one of these options is busting out of the cup. And what the hell is that? I really don't know what that is. I never noticed that before. One of them, it looks like somebody has been too egotistical, that this laurel leaf, this wreath, this crown of success also has the poison sign on it, the death sign on it. And some crap is crawling out of the woodwork. And this person, because they were greedy for finances and money, is being, now look at that. Isn't that a prisoner? Somebody going to prison, somebody having been to prison, somebody in a prison of their delusion that involves some kind of love relationship. But, if you look at that very closely, they are chained to the snake, and the snake is wrapped around them. You could have somebody in your life that is literally being suffocated, the life squeezed out of them for their love of what is it here? I need to put my glasses on. I never noticed something about this. Hang on, people. Wow. Color red is significant. Lady in red. Okay, so we've got, this is like extreme greed, that somebody is chained to the fate, that which they have created by their own choices. So you have to let that go. You need to let somebody like that go because this is a person who's chained to their own greed. Here we go with the Ace of Swords in the recent past, or what? Now, this is a second pass. Somebody's trying to come back around for round 2. Tell them no. Tell them hell no. Tell them you've already moved on and found somebody way better, or you will find somebody way better. That could be significant to somebody, that somebody better is coming toward them, or somebody better is already in their energetic field. Somebody could be trying to do some crazy ass shit, like they think they could actually unlock some Akashic records and see what's coming for somebody's future. Yeah, any kind of fortune teller, gypsy type, or curandera. Somebody might have gone to Mexico to another country to do some weird witchcraft on somebody else who has nothing to do with this. Flight is significant. It's like the truth is buried firmly in the ground. Somebody's gone over water. Somebody's gone over great distances. Somebody knows that. Big look at somebody is trying to send a message. In the past, maybe somebody got a message to you, or is trying to get a message to you, trying to get a message to someone. Kind of like, go on, take that message to her. Okay? And look at, somebody keeps trying to, with the 6 of Swords in reverse, somebody's trying to return to the freaking past. If somebody tries to return from the past to you, sweetheart, Libra, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. Obviously, this is for entertainment purposes only. And, if somebody comes towards you, I'm going to suggest that you keep on moving along. Keep on moving. Keep on healing. In the reverse, we have somebody's going to try to take you right back over the water. Over the water and through the woods. Somebody trying to take you to grandmother's house. Somebody's grandmother's significant. Somebody's mother's significant. What's in the near future for my Libra? Okay, let's see. Because look, just so, how about this? If I give this a summed message, I'm going to tell you that if the past comes towards you, let go of the past, and you don't have to be crazy with it. Ace of Wands, somebody might be trying to get crazy with it, trying to get jiggy with it. But, this always looks grotesque to me. But because if I think about a wand and it's sprouting and, there's this lizard thing, I'm thinking that somebody could have something sexually transmitted, or spiritually transmitted, but sexually transmitted is what this makes me think of. Somebody's lizard could have spots on it. Somebody could have liver spots. Somebody could be having trouble with their liver, but that is a wand. I'm going to put that here because somebody is feeling out in the cold. The little prince is not dealing with the real issue. Somebody doesn't know how to do shadow work, Libra. Now, if you're saying, oh, wow, damn, this is me, not her, then you're the one that knows. You're the cross watcher then. Because there's a male who's in regret here. And if you'll notice in the after tarot, somebody's saying, but I'm right here and I'm drowning. I need your help. I need you to be present with me. And this person's like, oh, damn, because the one that got away. Okay, so look, lots of us lose a fish on a hook. Why am I rhyming so much? Never mind. And around them is the high priestess in reverse. They've got a fake practitioner, a false practitioner, or somebody who's a gossip, a liar, somebody who slanders, somebody who commits libel, somebody who's doing something, could be on the internet. We've seen the world card a few times, but we've got this person is almost, maybe they've chained themselves to a person. Maybe your person has chained themselves, really gotten hooked up with that Hierophant in reverse. Maybe they're, detaching that, hitching that wagon to the wrong star. Maybe they're like, I'm consciously and courageously uncoupling. And, maybe that person is not letting them go. Not going to take it because I wasn't really thinking about that. Let's go. Okay, so let's see what the hopes and fears are here, Libra. Damn. Look, somebody is just hooked on you or you are hooked on somebody. But either way, consciously uncouple that damn thing. Go take a little vacation by yourself, maybe go do something by yourself, stay out of relationships for a period of time until you're healed. Now that's going to be different for different ages and stages of people. Young people just keep jumping back into the same thing because you have to learn your lessons and we can't spoon feed it to you. Somebody wants to spoon feed something to somebody here and it's not good. Somebody's just trying to get something like, look, never mind. Maybe your person left some other person out in the cold and drowning in there while they were stuck in the sorrow of their past clouds. Their significant stupidity is significant. All right. What is the hope and or fear here? All of this is fearful, fearsome. I don't know what this is. Okay, but people need to let the past go. People need to go to the doctor. Somebody's wand could be infected just like spots on a gecko lizard. Somebody needs to really watch it, maybe watch where they put that wand, or maybe somebody didn't watch where they put that wand and that's how they got sick. That's why you don't. Okay, this is scary to me. This is scary to you. If you've got, some moral compass, you're going to know. Oh, okay, so for someone, they just don't want to let this thing go, even though it is dead. Look at that. In this card, in this Four of Pentacles, somebody's holding on to dear life, even though death is like, dude, you're on death's door. This is so over. You need to let this thing go. Somebody could be aging and resisting the aging process. What the fuck is that? We're all going to get old and die, so that's why you got to do good while you're here in this world. Somebody just will not let go. What is the outcome here? You could have a stalker Libra who will not let go, or you could be the stalker Libra and you will not let go. I don't know. This person's an idiot either way, because either he's not letting go or you're not letting go of this person, but this person is stuck somewhere else in his head. And, this is the type of person who could be in therapy for like 25 years and make no progress because they still have the same therapist, or because every therapist is a yes person. This person could be a narcissist and you're not looking at it even though it is in your face. This is a person who could, maybe they're not a full-blown narcissist. They could have narcissistic tendencies or features. Somebody's a therapist, somebody here's a behavioral analyst. The FBI could be significance. Behavioral analyst unit could be significance. You could work with law enforcement. They could be law enforcement. I could be law enforcement. Somebody's law enforcement. All right, we do have the King of Swords there. The affair. Somebody's trying to be fair. That's an attorney, or maybe that's somebody like, bitch, let me go, or I'm calling the cops. You may have to get a restraining order on somebody. And now those are difficult to get. I hear lots of people like, I'm going to get a restraining order. That's difficult to do. Okay, so that's why you got to keep notes and pay attention to everything that's going on. When law enforcement contacts you from any agency to let you know what's going on, it could even be Google, right? When Google contacts you, you pay attention because let's cover up, these private parts because somebody has to make a choice. That is the outcome card. Somebody needs to make a choice. But look, if you check it up, check it out up there. What's that supposed to be like Gabriel or something? It's like, bitches, make a decision. I'm about to make it for you. All right, let me see if I can hide some of that nudity. I don't know how much that's going to show. Oh, and look at the cards that are the whole thing. The whole thing is in the wrong orientation. This whole thing is wrong. Am I looking at it wrong? This deck is upside down. Somebody's situation is upside down, or they're stuck in the upside down, or maybe you're just a fan of Stranger Things. Okay, somebody could look like Winona Ryder. Okay, so we've got for the summary the 8 of Cups in reverse. Damn it all! If I am not telling you that you need to be careful with this person because he or she is trying to return to somebody from the freaking past. Does it matter? Doesn't matter. This person's like, this is my soulmate. I'm going to follow him or her to the grave. We have had past, sure, we have past lives with lots of people. Doesn't mean we want them anymore. And look at that. Flying out. Again, the 3, it flew right over here to this, the 3 of Cups in reverse. Somebody could be involved in situations, with multiple people doing things they shouldn't do. Somebody could be heading toward you very quickly, just like somebody's out for blood. Or you could be like, bitch, I'm out for blood. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Maybe you talk like this. And here we have, again, the cycle is over. The cycle is closed. And somebody is like, no, but I could just reunite. I could just play with their little cat, little kitty cat and be like, here, sweetheart, I brought you a cat. This person is delusional. Don't let it be you. Let's do another pass only because this has been a complicated reading. Like, why can't they all be like Cancer's was? Cancer's was nice. All right, Holy Spirit, let's go one more time right over this, clarifying the king. This could be about property. This could be about real estate that somebody's like, well, because I have the key and it's in my possession. No, bitch, that's not how it works. Okay, so let's see. Going right back over it. I'm not going to switch decks. Because the After Tarot is speaking. Quoth the tarot. All right, somebody's a tarot reader. But, with this chick over here, somebody's a fake tarot reader. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sorry. Like, wow. Okay. All right, it's just like you shouldn't mess with these things. If you want to learn something, study it. Somebody didn't study anything. So you got to study people. Maybe this is about studying people. Study people. I've spent more than half my life studying people. Okay, because if you let this person go, wish fulfillment will come to you. Now you could put on some weight. There's some gluttony here. Maybe, somebody in this equation, somewhere in this equation is like, well, I want what I want, or I got what I got. But that means like just because you're fat and happy doesn't mean that you're healthy. The person serving this person isn't happy at all. Color red is significant. Food is significant. Somebody is a messy eater. Somebody needs to drop the weight. A Bob is significant. Somebody's name is Bob. Okay, because here, the 9 of Cups is not just wish fulfillment. It's also overindulgence. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. So somebody's like, if you let go, you will get what you want. But don't let it be that you want this King of Pentacles because this is the one that's born in the year of the ox. Okay, and that's where I'm getting the property matter. I'm getting that kind of money from. This is a person. This king is the one who's holding on to something from the past. Let go. You don't have to do what I do. Nobody has to follow the way that I do things. But let me tell you, when you're done with something, let it be done and then go, just disappear and go have a happy life. You basically you don't really disappear, but you basically go gray rock on somebody so that they just don't invade your space ever again. Okay, and now here's that card that I was talking to you about. Here is the 4 of Swords, and it was in the reverse, but this is the one with it. Maybe you're a blonde, maybe they're a blonde, and this is someone saying, but I could bring you back from the dead with my flower. No, really, you can't. Okay, this person is stuck over here holding on to someone from the past. They could be stuck on Queen of Wands. That could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, or they could be one, you could be one, but I'm like leaning on the person that they are stuck on, or it could just be somebody who's very attractive, very magnetic, very creative, somebody who's very sexy, somebody's got it all going on, And we have the Sagittarius Temperance card in reverse here for the flight. Somebody's not going somewhere. Somebody could be restricted from flight, can't fly. Somebody have some issue with their eyes, like over here, because this falcon or whatever that is, has those things over its eyes. And, it could be that somebody can't fly anymore because they've got vision problems. Maybe it's a situation where like they've aged out of a program, or, maybe you're just not good enough with the gimbals and that kind of thing. If you are one of those people, maybe somebody's a remote operator. Somebody's a drone operator or remote operator. Somebody has that kind of experience. Somebody operates drones. Something could be going on with the vision. Go to the doctor, get that checked. Somebody, a glucose meter is significant here. All right. So something's out of balance. Somebody's drinking too much. Somebody feels like, I freed the bird. I did what I was supposed to do. If you love something, set it free. No, bitch. I don't know. Somebody says that all the time. No, bitch. Okay. Yeah. You set something free. It was probably trying to get out of the cage before you shut the door. All right. So somebody's like, how do I get it back? Now that I've spilled the cups, it could be that you're drinking too much and taking a piss. How do I know? Do we have to Mirandize anybody here? No. Okay, everything's fine. We're not going to get any questioning because no more crimes have shown up, or at least we think that the time is already, either time is being marked, marking time, marching time. Somebody could be in a marching band. Somebody could march. Somebody could be in the military. The month of March could be significant. So for the current environment, the crowning influence. Okay, we're going to take this one. Okay. And here we have, see, somebody just won't drop it, will they? Somebody's not going to drop it, so you're going to need to drop it for them. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Somebody needs to drop it like it's hot, like hot freaking potato. 10 of Wands in reverse. Somebody is exhausted. Somebody's tired. Somebody's done. Somebody doesn't want it to be done. Somebody doesn't want it to be over. They're thinking about something in the past, because this is kind of like the crying over spilled milk. All your sticks are on the ground. You dropped them all. Pick them back up and get going again. Okay, there's no excuses here. Near future. Libra, this person in your energy is like really annoying me. Now you could be the sister. It could be somebody's sister could be involved. There could be a relative involved. I'm going to take this one because it wants to do. Oh, no. No. What I tell you. This person is trying to make amends with someone from the past that he thinks is crying. No, she's over there like, leave her alone. She got little red shoes on, and these aren't boots that are made for walking. Those little red shoes carried her away to somewhere special. Okay, so, now we got the title card. Somebody's got a title, the one who's in mourning and the one who's in loss, who's surrounded by the very same queen, or not queen. Yeah, she's a queen. She's not a high priestess, by the high priestess, because the person on the title card is the high priestess. She's in reverse. That person is kind of trapped by somebody. So if you're in love with this person who's trapped by a freaking witch, blowjobs are significant. The initials B or J are significant here. If somebody's into something satanic, that always looks like an inverted cross to me when I look at that high priestess in reverse in the after tarot. I don't like it. Okay. Yep. And we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse next to her. These two people, trust me, these people deserve each other, because this is a player who's trying to do something with his wand, and that wand is on fire. Do you not see this? It looks like the wand is on fire because the mane is kind of covering it. Somebody uses mane and tail shampoo and conditioner. Do they even sell that anymore? Is that just at the dollar stores? And here we have, for the hopes and fears, you hope that you can transform like the butterfly that you should be. Queen of Swords, your counterpart is out there, Libra, but it is not this person that you're either hung up on, they're hung up on you, but they are definitely hung up on someone else. Hopes and fears, because that's what I hope that you want to be. And that's what you hope that you can become. You can. Look at, you've got little red shoes on. You can walk your ass away. Okay? Somebody like Sia Chandler. Somebody's name could be Chandler. Somebody could be a frickin' handler. Okay, somebody could be literally all up in there at the 33rd degrees, which, I don't like to talk crap about that unless I'm being very specific with something, because my grandfather, 33rd degree Mason. But in Cuba, where people weren't weird, and none of this had to do with the music industry, and nobody was doing humiliation rituals, and people weren't sacrificing each other. They were literally feeding and clothing people and, doing astrology, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. My mom has a different recollection. The Eastern Stars are significant. 16 years old is significant. Daughters of the Eastern Star. Look at the outcome is the sun. Your answer to the question, I'm going to ask the question and answer it for you. Do you need to walk away? Yes. because Prince Charming is not this guy who's alarming. I don't know. Somebody's a lyricist. I'm talking to somebody else who's in the music industry. I'm talking to a poet, and other people don't know it. I'm talking about somebody who is a ghostwriter, somebody who is a ghost lyricist, so literally somebody who's doing it all for everybody else. Okay, so let's see. And somebody doesn't want the spotlight. Somebody does not want the spotlight because then, like I said, ask Clint Eastwood. It just brings nothing but trouble. It's better to be able to have a private life. Okay. This is your life. All right. Somebody likes Dr. Phil. Somebody's name is Phil. Somebody is a doctor. They could be a medical doctor. And if it's this person over here that thinks they're a curandera, we could be talking to a person who just thinks they're a lot of things, but they ain't nothing. Somebody's like, well, I was a Navy corpsman. Somebody's in the Navy. All right. Somebody was in the Navy, was in the Navy in reverse. All right. So one more summary to clarify the summary. You got to walk away from this crap. Some blood has been spilled. Somebody's passed away. I don't like the way that feels when I look at this. Somebody's walking away. She's looking in an empty cup, and that's a very ghostly-like figure. Somebody could have lost somebody in their life. A loss of life. Loss of life has occurred. Somebody's lost of their life. Somebody's life is lost. Somebody's lost. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. This was a relative. Somebody lost a relative. Somebody's interred a relative with that 4 of Swords. But in reverse, doesn't mean they're coming back from the dead. It just means like, look, they're dead and you're trying to bring somebody back from the dead. No, you better pray about this because somebody's in purgatory. Somebody's a Catholic. Somebody's a Catholic. Purgatory would be, now I'm not saying that your loved one is in purgatory. I'm just saying that your loved one could be in purgatory. You could be in purgatory. You could feel like you're in hell. All right. I'm going to take the one right off the top and the one that wanted to hang out here. There's something that you don't know about here. There could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces involved with the moon. This is definitely a very watery card. Could be a Scorpio, most definitely a Scorpio here with the Scorpion there at the top. And the fact that we do have the Queen of Cups here in the upright next to that summary. Somebody's returning to Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's probably a Scorpio. Somebody could have dogs. Somebody has a dog. You have dogs. The color red is highly significant. This is somebody who is cloaked, but red is prominent. It's like they're hidden, but they're not hidden. They're hidden, but they're not hidden. And again, we're just going to end it with the World card, and I'm going to cover up the boobies here, because there's healing behind it if you let all this go. But there's going to be the dissolution of a marriage. I didn't even mean to say that, and it flew right out of my mouth. Something flies right out of somebody's mouth. But here we've got the 4 of Wands in reverse. There is a structure that will come down. Something will have to be disassembled. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody could be like, look, you might have to be like, look, dude, be happy with your money and leave the rest of us alone. All right, we're going to pull some names because this has been very frustrating. But I think that if I were to sum up this message, what's this one that wants to pop around again? Queen of Swords, or excuse me, King of Swords in reverse. I almost said Queen of Swords in reverse. You could be dealing with a female who could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who is exactly this asshole. Okay, this could be either or. Look, there could be a pair of assholes here, like the pair of pliers. Somebody could be Filipino. Somebody could be from the islands. Somebody could be Japanese. Somebody could be Asian. Okay, so let's put that over here. And let's get some names so that I can get out of this energy because I want to wash my hands. I want to drink some water. I want this out of my energy because it's, not good. All right, so where are we going with this? Somebody's going somewhere with something. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I have to reach over. Somebody's doing something, reaching over. Be careful. All right, these names are just for confirmation. It could be your name, it could be their name, it could be nobody's name, but it could be a name that will be of some significance to you. This is just to serve as an additional layer of confirmation. Those want to pop up. I just saw Erica wants to pop up. Okay. And these don't, shuffle the way that we would normally shuffle them, but somebody's name is Baldwin. Somebody's literally in the entertainment industry. Somebody knows the Baldwins. Nice people. Don't hate. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, they don't. Somebody wants to Hoover. These are names, so we're not going to take it that way. Somebody wants to Hoover somebody right back up, even though the name is Hoover. Your name could be Hoover, last, middle, or first. The Sims. Oh, I said The Sims, and I said simulator earlier. Didn't I? Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, like that kind of thing. Now I just, play a flight game with my virtual reality. Eris is significant. Sims, first, middle, or last. Hoover. We've got Tully. Ransom. Webb. Sabrina. Oh, let's just go with the Baldwins. Okay, so we got the Baldwins. All All right, let's get a few more here. I want them to do something. Do something. Somebody wants somebody to do something. Somebody is pissed off. I get a lot of this pissed off energy or frustrated energy or crying energy. Somebody's either pissed off, crying. Somebody's hormonal. Maybe somebody just can't deal with their hormones. I don't know. I just deal with it and I don't take any medication of any kind for it. It's just okay. So, yeah, I'm uncomfortable when it gets a little bit hot, but it gets better. Something's too hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, drop it like it's hot. Drop them. Vegas is significant. The name. Oh, the name Cha-Cha is significant. Dobie. Gutierrez. Samuel. Donald. Mars. Schroeder. Somebody's a donor. Daniel. Trina. I haven't heard that name in so long. Okay, so Davis and Alana. I'm going to take that one, those two that wanted to flip like that. Harold, that's the one that I saw before. Somebody's name is Harold. Somebody's name is Hannah. Somebody's name is Uribe. Christopher, Cody. We've got Anne. Oh, okay. There's Eric, Lance, Layla. Somebody's got somebody else. Somebody is pining over a freaking woman and tell them to get over themselves. Just don't have anything to do with people like this. If they can't let go of the past and they just are going to hang on to people like that, that's why people like me, I'm just like, look, I am too independent for most people. It takes a very secure man to be with me. I'm telling you that because I cannot deal with insecure people. Drives me up the wall. Delia, Rave or Rabe, LJ, Nick, Hugo. Oh, there's Erica trying to pop up. Samantha, Chrissy, Reyes, Robbie, Dave. Few more here. We got Milton. Any more here that want to feel like somebody's trying to feel somebody's something? You know, don't let people touch you. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I already told you what to do. Somebody's last name is Spaka. Pritchard, Jeff, Cox, don't laugh. Tasha, Anami, Schaefer, Byron. Bye, Byron. Bye-bye, Felicia. You got to make sure you say bye, Felicia. If this is your chick and she's behaving like this, you got to, I got to get away. Yeah, get away and don't tell anybody about it. Just don't tell anybody about it. All right. Only a few more here so we could wrap this up because this has been a longish reading. They're all longish. Somebody thinks they're long and they're not. Maybe somebody's short and they're not tall. Trinity. Somebody's a Catholic, I'm telling you. Benji. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a Catholic. I mean, I was born that way. No, I wasn't born that way, but, you know, my first baptism was that way. Anybody else here? Anybody else want to say hi? Let's see. I like them to drop it like it's hot. Okay, well, there you go. I think we said those names. Edmondson, Castaneda, Roy, Wally, Herrera, Bones. So what I say? Skull and Bones. Somebody knows. 322. Okay, so we've got Jane. Michael is covering somebody here. St. Michael, the Archangel, is covering you, protecting you from harm. Always ask Jesus for help. Or, you know, insert deity here. Do whatever you like. Cecil, Loon. Somebody could be a duck hunter. We've got Remy. And we have Taylor. Nia. Villagrana. All right. We got Taylor again. Somebody's name is definitely Taylor. It's coming up. Frank is significant. Campbell is significant. Johnson is significant. I'm going to see a few more. Anybody else? Let's end with this one because we have JD now. That could be somebody's initials. That could be somebody's actual name. I don't know. Some people name their children different things for different reasons. But to me, I'm going to end it right here because that's a Juris Doctor, baby. Here comes the law. I fought the law and the law won. Love you guys.